three photos like right next to each other, and I just chose to do hats. Yeah, and then after that, here I think some of my best photos that I took, which that's like a flower, and then the statue of like an angel out in the garden, and then fountain. I don't know what plant that is, but another flower. A street sign that I took that picture when we were going on a walk around the neighborhood.
What I like most about that, can you go back to it for a second? Look at the lines that you captured in that. You've got all different kinds of angles and lines going on there. That's beautiful.
And this one was like a bush like behind a fence, and it kind of like stuck the lens right next to the fence.
What do we call that technique? Do you remember?
Framing.
Yeah, framing it.
And then this is a picture of the hallway that I had on a tripod.
What's cool about that one?
The
You know, I already talked about it. What do you think is neat?
like perspective.
Perspective? Yeah.
And this is like basically what I did is over the fence I like tilted the camera to look like I was climbing on it, but I wasn't because you can see my feet right there. And then that's another picture of the fountain, and that's the last picture, but it was actually my first picture I took at the whole camp. And that's kind of
One of the pictures that we took, I had another project, but it was on the iPad, and I didn't really want to show it. So basically, yesterday we were supposed to like walk around the area and find some stuff that created letters in our name, and I got all of these, and then I put them all together and edited the picture so that it looked pretty cool like this. And then I took some other pictures like this flower, this bush. And then we were over at the sister's garden, and this was and some of these pictures I took there. This one I didn't. Yesterday, we were just walking around, and I just decided why not like take a picture of the basketball hoops, and it turned out pretty well.
If you go back to that for a second, what do you notice about the rule of thirds in your picture? Because it's everywhere. Where do you see the rule of thirds?
On pretty much all the hoops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The hoops. You have the brown top of the building up there in the upper third.
Yeah.
You've got the different parking stripes down below. Everything in there is really well composed.
And then I took a picture of this tree trunk. Then I took a picture of some trees, and I kind of associated it with the basketball hoops because it's like three of them, and with the rule of thirds. Then some of these, as I said, we took in the sister's garden, and this was one of them. This is just a table, and they had this little harp display thing, and I just took a picture of that. And then I forgot what it was called, but I took a picture of this thing, and it was basically like a shot from above. This one is I took a picture of the fountain and the like statue right here. Then this flower, which came out pretty nice. And then I took a picture of like this tree and the plants that were around it.
Took a lot of pictures. Most of them were with flowers, so this slide just some of the pictures that I took during
You have quite a knack for it.
What?
I said you have quite a knack for it too.
Yeah, I like this type of flower the best. That was my favorite to take pictures of. So yeah. Basically, like, here's when I actually got like a garden, a lot of flowers instead of just one.
And go back to that one for a second. Do you remember when Mr. Aziz was telling us about how you can
Yeah, that's
focus in on one particular thing, and clearly you did the flowers in the background, which allowed the one in front to be out of focus. That's very, very
Yeah,
impressive.
I did these mostly I did that when he told us to go outside and take
Yeah.
pictures. So I took a lot of pictures. Like this one, I think this might be the only picture that I ever took this whole class. Well, one of like 5 maybe, that actually doesn't have flowers in it. So yeah, this isn't really my best picture. I tried to make it, I put this down in this field of, I put my camera down in the field of weeds and crouched down, and I try to make them look a little bigger, like they're something larger and not just the tiny weeds that you see on the ground every day. And yeah, this one, I kind of liked it. There's some flowers over here, tiny buds that are about to bloom. Yeah, and the tree right here. Sometimes it's fun to get like 2 different bushes of different colors in together. Like there was one back there where there's this green bush and it was mixed in. Now.
Because it's 4 minutes long, we'll go forward just a little bit.
I can't do that.
Ollie, do you want to tell what your role was in this? Did you say no? He's not been shy. He's not been shy. He's been hitting. Uh-oh, the truth came out.
Talk about one thing we did. So we had this guy, a photographer, come in for a presentation, and one thing he really taught us about is like the angles we can get on a picture. So like when you're taking a picture, you first really want to find what you're looking for. So we really
number one, we're kind of looking at one thing we all should take a picture of at different angles. So the one thing was actually a flower. So he taught us, like, when you're taking a picture and you want to go closer, you shouldn't just zoom in because then it gets blurry. He said take 2 steps and it makes a big difference. So we learned how to make 2 steps and then always move your subject to the side. So
That rule of thirds
yeah,
you're
the
talking
rule
about?
of
Yeah.
thirds. So you always want to move the subject to the side. And when you're doing that, you really want to actually, like if you're having 2 subjects, it's okay if you have one subject, like maybe up in the top corner and then the other subject in the middle. You just don't want both subjects right in the middle because I guess it's not as professional. I don't really know why, but it looks better, I can say. And he first showed us some pictures about what he does and pictures he does. So it was really exciting to see all his pictures and then have him teach us on that day. And we got to go for a long walk and see all the pictures. I mean, all the plants and animals we can take pictures of. So that was actually a really fun thing to do. And then,
Do you want to tell us about your pictures that you brought over here?
yeah, I'll tell you about it. So on that walk, we went past this house that had very pretty plants in it. So I really wanted to take pictures of those. Then on another day, we actually got to see extended care kids, and then these are some of my friends I got to see from there. This is Kieran, this is Thomas. There, you might know there's 2 Thomases, so that's Thomas Jonte, the new one. Then this is actually this one and this one. Those 2 pictures are at the sister's garden too, and then this is going to be right out there where the gravel is down there. It's a really pretty land that we have down there. And then so yeah, and then here are some of some other pictures. So in the sister's garden, they have these really cool bricks. So I took a few pictures of those with the flowers that we had, and then right here, so we learned about how we could edit our pictures. So we got to partner up with some of the older kids with the younger kids, so younger kids can get to know how to edit. And the timer I used to make this picture, so I pressed the camera and it was on a lower scene, and then I put my foot over the camera lens and then still left room for my face. So yeah, that's actually pretty easy to find on your camera.
That looks really cool.
And then these are some of my favorite pictures. These 2 are mine because on the big toy, so our playground, we learn how to, well, some kids know how to actually get up on top, and I like getting up there, and on sunny days I like showing shadows. And then it's kind of, I don't really know why I like this picture so much, but I just really do. It's just really pretty to me. So, yeah.
Well done.